This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Today's Tuesday, and that means, as is the custom and practice in this parish, we are going to be looking at a top 5 list. And as you probably already know, because you've seen the title of the video and you've clicked on the thumbnail, the topic under discussion today are my 5 favourite male rock vocalists. We're going to be following this up next week with my 5 favourite female rock vocalists. But today it's all about the boys, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link downstairs in the description to what I think are the finest examples of the vocalists in question. So if there's any new names for you on this list and you're interested in checking them out, then go and check out the links below. But without further ado, let's crack straight on by getting on with the list. These are my 5 favourite male rock vocalists, starting with
Paul Rodgers.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Paul Rodgers. I think I can honestly say that I've never heard anything that he's been involved with that I didn't really like, with perhaps the exception of that Queen collaboration he did a few years ago. To me, that just kind of misfired a little bit. I can't put my finger on why, though. It's, you know, it should have added up to being a fantastic thing, but it was okay, but it just, I don't know. But other than that, you know, pretty much everything he's ever done, right from, you know, Free, Bad Company, The Firm, and, you know, his solo stuff and everything. A great album that he did in the 90s, which was that sort of period when, you know, everybody was all the elder statesmen of rock, like Paul Rodgers, were doing albums where they were collaborating with kind of younger artists, and he did this album called Muddy Waters Blues, and that's just absolutely fantastic. There's a version of The Hunter on there where Slash guests on it, and that's just absolutely incredible. If you're not familiar with that, go and check it out. But yeah, partially, I suppose I've put Paul at the top of the list, or first in line here, because he's from my hometown of Middlesbrough. But I didn't know that at the time when I first started hearing, you know, tracks like Feel Like Making Love, Can't Get Enough, you know, and All Right Now and Wishing Well, and the list goes on and on. But yeah, Paul Rodgers has to be on any top 5 list of rock male vocalists. So that's why he's on this one. Next,
Danny Bowes.
Who on earth is Danny Bowes? I hear a sizable portion of my audience asking. Danny is the vocalist in a very, very underrated band from the UK called Thunder. They were just a little bit too late. If Thunder had been around sort of 85, 86 kind of time, I think they would have been, you know, a massive band. But to their misfortune, they kind of made it big as a stadium, or started coming through as a stadium rock band. Good classic rock, foot-stomping riffs and barnstorming solos and absolutely stratospheric vocals, courtesy of Mr. Bowes here, right about the time when grunge was taking off, and it was just the wrong band at the wrong time, and consequently they never became, I think, the massive stars they should have been. The link that I'm going to try and find and put down in the description is to Thunder's version of the Rolling Stones' Gimme Shelter. I'm often loath to, I get kind of a hard time off some people for saying this, but for me, that's the definitive version of that song. And just listen to Danny's vocals on this. It is just absolutely incredible. He should be far, far better known. And if you're new to the band Thunder, then definitely go and check out some of their catalogue as well. I can recommend their first album, Backstreet Symphony, Laughing on Judgment Day, that's another good album. The Thrill of It All, another great album. So loads of great stuff to go and check out if you're new to this band. And the thing it's all got in common is this guy's incredible vocal talents. Next.
Brad Delp.
Yeah, Brad Delp. I mean, the voice of Boston, really. Or, I know that, he was certainly on the first 3 albums as far as Third Stage. Did he last any longer than that? Because I know Boston continued, and possibly even to this day continues, but, I've sort of lost any interest I had in them, because I always thought that second album, what was it, Don't Look Back? Or was it Don't Look Down or Don't Look Back? Anyway, the second Boston album was it just never quite did it for me. They sort of came back a little bit with a strong album, Third Stage. But let's face it, if you're talking about Boston, you're talking about that first album, that debut album, and it's an album I will never ever tire of hearing. It's just utterly, utterly incredible. And if you haven't checked it out already, go and check out Rick Beato's analysis of More Than a Feeling, where where he does these "What Makes This Song Great," where he kind of solos the vocal parts, and you hear Brad's voice harmonising with the guitar as it goes into the chorus of the song. And the high notes he hits, it's like he's superhuman, or he was sadly no longer with us, superhuman. And any other member of the human race would have to be, kind of mainlining helium to get up to those notes. But Brad just does it. He does it with power, and he does it in a way that makes it sound effortless. What an incredible talent this guy was. And again, any list of top 5 rock male vocalists would be the poorer for not having his name on it, which is why it is on this list. Next.
Miles Kennedy.
Yeah, going back, to the mid-2000s, that decade that other people seem to refer to as the noughties. That's never tripped off my tongue particularly well. I was in here. I was in this very room, working away on some project or something that I was doing, and the wife shouted at me from downstairs, "You've got to come and see this." And at the time we had, I think it was either MTV or VH1, and there was this band on there just playing their video, and it was Alter Bridge, and it was I think possibly their first single release from their first album, a song called Open Your Eyes. Anyway, that's the one I'm linking to down in the description. And just this guy's voice absolutely blew me away, and just the power, the range, the emotion, and everything, just the complete package of a great rock vocalist. And he's no mean guitar player as well, witness the fact that he's recently got his own PRS signature model. I didn't know this at the time, but I was actually blown away by Mark Tremonti's guitar playing. That was the first. I knew the name Mark Tremonti, but I would have struggled to tell you anything that he played. But that Alter Bridge single, Open Your Eyes, my dearie me, what an impressive guitar workout that is. But Miles's voice for me is the star of the show of that. And again, something that a lot of people will possibly give me a hard time for, but am I the only one that listens to early Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, like the initial period of Guns N' Roses? And, listening to Axl's voice is the price you have to pay to hear Slash's guitar playing. It's like, okay, well, I'll put up with the kind of slightly raspy vocalist if I can hear this wonderful guitar playing. Well, what I can tell you is that, when Miles is fronting Slash's band, The Conspirators, and they do old Guns N' Roses stuff, for me, that is just, that's the definitive version of, Rocket Queen and, Paradise City, Sweet Child of Mine, and Welcome to the Jungle, and all that sort of stuff. If you haven't seen it already, go and check out the Slash live kind of video thing, Made in Stoke. That's a fantastic gig. Again, one that I'll never tire of watching, largely because of Slash's guitar playing, but mostly, I suspect, because of Miles's singing. So that's why he's on the list. Next.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Do I need to explain why this name is on the list? It's Freddie Mercury, rock's greatest showman, arguably one of rock's best songwriters. How many other people have written anything like Bohemian Rhapsody, for example? entertainer, showman, vocalist, songwriter, and just general phenomenon, really. I mean, there are certain rock stars that go beyond, being a singer of a band. I'm thinking, Bowie would be another one. And, a few others as well. But Freddie is just iconic. And it's staggering to think that, when you look at, I haven't got the figures to hand, but the number of Spotify plays that Queen get every month from people who weren't even born when Freddie sadly left us. That's music that has staying power. That's music that has longevity. Fashion fades, but style remains, as they say. And, Freddie, just an incredible vocalist, songwriter, frontman, just performer. And absolutely no list of great male rock vocalists would be complete without Freddie right at the top of the pile. I don't normally do these lists in any kind of order of, hierarchy, but if I had to choose a kind of a top dog for this list, it would definitely be Mr. Mercury. So, there you go, folks. Those are my top 5 male rock vocalists. Make of it what you will. I'm sure you'll agree with some of these and possibly disagree with others, but that's what the comment section is for. Let me know what you think down there of my choices, and possibly give me a few choices of your own. I'm always interested to find out what your thoughts on these matters are. But that is very much the video for today, folks. As I said, next week we're going to be doing my 5 favourite female rock vocalists, so make sure you don't miss that one. It's a good one. But that, as I say, is all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time. We drink beer and talk music and guitars and whatever else crops up. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well. Stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.